The call came at 2:17 a.m. Static. Then laughter. A man's voice, deep, familiar in the way nightmares are. The evidence disappeared, he said. My son's untouchable. Your girl should have stayed home. Then the line went dead. I sat in the dark, the receiver still pressed against my ear, the hum of the dial tone cutting through my chest like a slow, steady pulse. My daughter's photo stared back from the fridge, 16, freckles, a smile she got from her mother. The police report said road rage. Wrong place, wrong time. The shooter, Tyler Briggs. The police chief's son. Witnesses said he got out of his truck, aimed, and fired. He claimed self-defense. I'd seen that kind of lie before, in war zones, in interrogation rooms, but never in my own home. I poured whiskey into a coffee mug and stared at my reflection in the window. The city lights blurred in the glass, streaked with the faint outline of a man I didn't recognize anymore. The man who'd buried his daughter. The man who used to make monsters disappear for a living. I went to the station the next morning. The chief didn't even look up from his desk. Tragic accident, he said. No one's happy about it. His tone was rehearsed, a politician's grief. He smirked when he handed me the file. Redacted pages, missing evidence, no firearm logged. The body cam footage? Lost in transfer. I could smell the arrogance, the untouchable rot of power. I'd seen warlords wear that same expression before, men who believed rules bent around their sons. When I stepped outside, the air tasted like rust. Tyler Briggs was free. He was drinking at bars, posting photos online. His father's shield wrapped him in immunity. My daughter's name was already fading from headlines. People told me to move on, to let the system work. But I'd been the system once. I knew exactly how it worked, and I knew how to break it. That night I cleaned the inside of my taxi, checking the rearview mirror like I used to check the scope on my rifle. Old habits. My passengers thought I was quiet, polite, boring. Good. In the military, silence was a weapon. You waited, watched, learned. I started with the chief's son's routine, where he drank, where he slept, who he met. Nothing loud, just observation. Patterns tell the truth people try to hide. Then, one night, I made a call, not to the police, to someone else. A name from the old days, Ghost Team. Black Ops men who'd vanished off paper years ago. They owed me favors. I'd pulled them out of hell before. I didn't ask them to kill anyone. I just told them what had happened. Then I waited. Days turned to weeks. Tyler stopped posting online. The chief stopped showing up to press conferences. I read between the silences, the kind that come before the storm hits. Inside, I was calm, too calm, like the seconds before you pull the trigger and the world narrows into focus. It was Friday when the call came, a voice I hadn't heard in years. Target neutralized. No emotion, no explanation, just confirmation. That night I drove past the alley behind Monroe Street. Police lights flickered off the brick walls. A body covered in plastic. The chief's son. Execution style. I didn't stop, just watched from the edge of the crowd. The chief stood near the tape, face pale, eyes hollow. Powerless for the first time. He saw me, and I smiled. It wasn't joy, it wasn't relief. It was something colder, a quiet understanding that justice doesn't live in courts. It lives in balance. 3 days later he came to me. Same office, same smell of arrogance, but this time laced with fear. "You did this," he whispered. I said nothing, just looked at him, steady, unblinking. "You think this fixes anything?" he said. "You think this brings her back?" "No," I said, "but it makes us even." He slammed his fists on the desk. Papers flew. The mask cracked, And I saw what he really was. Small, weak, desperate. I turned to leave. "Tell me what you did," he shouted. I paused at the door. "I didn't do anything," I said. "I just made a call." Then I walked out. They said the chief resigned a week later, couldn't handle the pressure. No charges, no investigation, just silence. That was fine. Justice doesn't always wear a badge. Sometimes it's just a father with nothing left to lose. Every night I still drive my taxi through the city. Same roads, same neon lights bleeding through the rain. Sometimes I catch my reflection in the mirror again. The man staring back isn't who I used to be. He's quieter, harder, empty in all the right places. I don't believe in peace anymore. Only balance. And sometimes, balance feels like revenge. When the world buried my daughter, I buried its mercy.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.